While many factors play a part in a school's ratings and ultimately their performance scores, one thing that stands out as a major contributor to Hammond's failing schools is their location. We will be driving the 7 miles from Hammond to one of its elementary schools, Hammond Eastside Magnet. Hammond, Louisiana is located in the south part of Tangipahoa Parish and is a beautiful, clean city that has grown substantially since Hurricane Katrina. Hammond is home to Southeastern Louisiana University, the Columbia Theater, great restaurants, shopping, and so much more. It's a great place to live, and it would be perfect except for one thing: the low-performing schools in the area and in the parish. Over 20 years ago, when the school system was just 26 years into their now 46-year-old desegregation case, the Tangipahoa Parish school system decided that neighborhood schools were contributing to the longevity of the court case, and these schools were the root of the problem, they felt. So in hopes of solving the problem, the neighborhood schools were essentially shut down and new big schools were built for the children of Hammond. One of the most important factors in education is parental involvement. There is research that tells us parental involvement drives academic success. So let's get back to the problem. 46 years ago, when Hammond was struggling to desegregate its schools, a majority of the middle and upper class citizens pulled their children and their own involvement out of the public school system and decided to focus primarily on private schools. Currently, Hammond's public schools are comprised of over 90% at-risk students. This classification can mean many things, including special education and teens that might have children of their own. But the primary classification of the term is a socioeconomic status. It means a majority of Hammond students qualify for free and reduced lunch. While Hammond has access to many community benefits, one thing it is lacking is public transportation. This, combined with schools that are located so far out of town, make it nearly inaccessible to its parents and allow for a disconnect between public education and the community that it serves. It hardly makes sense that schools that were supposed to help end desegregation, in the end, created even a larger dilemma: failing schools. So now we're headed out of town. We're driving towards the airport, and we're just going to take this nice journey to Hammond Eastside Magnet. We're still inside Hammond city limits. We're approaching the edge of town. Now, the Tangipahoa Parish school system is in the midst of an active desegregation case and is trying to solve the problem that years of bad choices and a disengaged community have created. There's a lot of blame throwing. Community members that think just people just don't care about their kids. So many blame demographics for the failure of the school system. Teachers blame parents for not being involved. Parents frustrated with the lack of support and accessibility to the school, and an administration that is paralyzed by a court order. In the end, it is the children that lose in a big way. In Hammond, less than 50% are even coming close to grade level expectations. All of these factors play a part in failing schools. The sad thing is that the level of parental involvement could be changed. With a community that has such a large at-risk population, it means that many parents are absent or working odd hours just to make ends meet. There is a lack of parental support. It's a fact. But the school system contributes to that gap. Schools could play an important part in fixing the problem. By identifying where there is a gap in parental availability, family can step in to support a child. Showing parents and family what to do in a child's education is something that a school or school system could drive and do. Bringing back neighborhood schools is a way to re-engage community in public education. Taking pride in the local school and participating at events. Having schools that are an integral part of the community and the community an integral part of the school should be a goal for all educational facilities. In the end, Hammond children have to pay the price for decisions based on money, control, and power. But it's now time to put the focus back on the children and teach parents that have been trapped in over 20 years of failure how to be involved. This will help change the future of Hammond schools. So as we head even further out of town, we're almost in the next town over, and that's Robert. And we're still driving to access the school. And by the way, Hammond High School is out here too. This is Hammond, Eastside Magnet, and this is where the buses would drop off. And, you know, as you can see, the drive is easy if you have the means. But if you don't, getting involved in your child's education could seem daunting and nearly impossible.